So in college, that's when you started acting?
Yeah, yeah. I because of my friend Jake, I had no interest in acting. Never wanted to be an actor, but I would make, I would do silly things. I'd play like I'm pregnant. I would try to imitate people on TV. And so he saw me. He said, Ernie, really, man, you're an actor. You can do anything those people do on television or in movies. So because of him, I took an acting course, got an A in it. And that acting teacher actually told me, he said, look, you can do this for a living. So I said, no, I'm gonna be a social worker. But then when there was a play, Julius Caesar, I'm sorry, um,
Romeo and
Romeo and
Juliet?
Juliet.
Yeah.
That was the first one, and then I auditioned for the Prince Aeschylus, and the director of it, and these are all acting students. So I do my thing. So the director, he says, I don't know about y'all, but I'd like to hear that one more time. That's when I felt something was going, but I still was convinced that I'm still going to be a social worker. I wasn't convinced to be an actor.
Well, you ended up graduating
Yes.
from Indiana State University.
Yes.
And you got a Bachelor's of Science degree in
Yes.
sociology and psychology.
Yes.
But then you went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts.
Yes.
In New York City.
Yes.
To get your master's, basically?
No, did a year on my master's at Indiana State. And then the acting bug was so strong, I auditioned because Jake insisted that I do. Auditioned for the American Academy in New York, got accepted, and got my Associates of Arts degree from them for acting.
Gotcha. And this school is a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
75 Academy Award winners or nominees came out of the school, including Robert Redford, Dan DeVito, Ken Cattrall, Spencer Tracy.
Yes.
A lot of other people.
A lot of it, yeah.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
So you're basically in the big leagues.
Big league.
When you're there.
Absolutely. The first English-speaking school in the world.
Oh.
Acting school in the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, American Academy.
So here you are in this environment. And are you excelling?
Yeah. But you're always unsure, as an actor, and you'll hear even great actors today that say how they doubt themselves because we're constantly trying to be perfect. So the teachers are saying that I'm doing well, and I get a lot of love from my fellow students. But you knew you had made it when you get chosen before you come out of the school. So I was doing a student play, and I got chosen by Dan Freudenberger to do called the Miracle Play with Robert Guillaume and can't get his name from what's the film now? He won from Amadeus. He won the Oscar. For Amadeus, where they were the stars of it. So, but they don't usually give you a leave because they figure you're not ready. But this guy was so, he said, look, I really think Ernie can do this. So they gave me permission to leave school for that short run. And I got a great review from the Daily News, Kathleen Carroll, but then the jealousy set in, from the other students.
Okay. Well, because you started to do Broadway at one point.
Yeah. That was off-Broadway.
Yeah.
And then when I finished the acting, got my degree, Hal Prince chose me for Member of the Wedding, and Tony Perkins from Psycho fame chose me for Don't Call Back. So it was like, you were hot right then, so that was awesome. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you're doing Broadway basically fresh out of school.
Yeah.
Big deal.
I mean,
Big
it's
deal.
like right in there,
Okay, so then you moved to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
To pursue your acting career.
I wanted to be on television because my mother and grandmother did not understand theater. So I'm all excited about, Mom, I'm on Broadway. And then when Broadway and what, baby? I'll come and pick you up. And no, Broadway, the people sit there. It's like the church, but people sit, but you on and they didn't understand none of that. But they knew about, my grandmother knew about television. My mother never watched TV, but my grandmother loved Tom Jones. Mm-hmm. So she knew, she said, when you going to be on TV, baby? So that's when I knew. And again, I believe in divine direction, that God, knowing that I wanted to have a TV show, and I really wanted to be Preacher Jackson from Cooley High, but that had been done already. But I'm telling everyone, that's my part. That was my part. As God would have it, I happened to go at that time, right? And I do the Jeffersons, and an agent there, Isabel Sanford's agent, said, "Hey, I think you'd be perfect for this new pilot called Cooley High." I mean, talk about divine, orchestration,
Okay. So you end up getting the role for Raj Thomas on the show What's Happening, which is loosely based on Cooley High, the film.
Yes.
When you were auditioning, did you think you guys had something big on your hands, or you weren't sure?
Oh, yeah, I knew. Now there was a pilot that no one ever saw called Cooley High. No one has ever seen that. You see photos of it now on the internet. So that failed. So that was a disappointment. That's when I thought, well, maybe I was wrong, because I just knew this was going to be a hit. But they said it wasn't funny enough. It was a one camera, and they had the original guy from the who played the villain who killed Cochise in there, and they had Garrett Morris as the teacher. We went to Chicago and shot stuff there, but ABC said it wasn't funny enough, and they said, "But Ernie, you were amazing," and so I just felt like a failure, And then later they called and said, "Well, we're going to do a 3-camera. We're going to keep you, get rid of everybody else, and cast another group around you."
Aha. And that's how What's Happening came
That's
together.
how What's Happening came about.
Now, on the show, you were 25 years old playing a 16-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're fairly skinny.
Oh, yeah. Great genes. I mean, my niece now is 50, and high school guys hit on her, Yeah, we have that in our genes. Thank God, it worked, yeah.
Okay. And there was a bunch of different actors on the show, but, one of the standouts was Fred Berry.
Oh, yeah.
AKA Rerun.
Yes.
Now, Fred kind of had an interesting background before joining the show.
Yeah.
He was actually part of what I would call a breakdancing group called The Lockers.
The Lockers, yeah.
And, as someone who was breakdancing, in the 80s myself.
Yeah?
Like, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, pop locking and everything was something we were doing.
Yeah.
And it really came from him.
Yeah.
He was the one that really invented a lot of that, because in the East Coast, the guys were more acrobatic.
Right.
And did a lot more floor work.
Right.
In LA, in the West Coast, they're more kind of with the hand motions and the, that type.
That's true.
That type of dancing, more of like the stylistic standing up.
Yes.
Move. The robot.
Yes.
And whatever.
Absolutely.
That type of thing, and he was really the inventor for a lot of that stuff.
Well, no, Camelot, the guy who started the group.
Okay.
His name was Camelot. He actually was the guy that started all that, who recently died. But he's the one about Shabba-Doo and Fred Berry, all of them. That's his thing. And he ended up doing exotic dancing. But and I was told, let people know, man, that this is you. But people thought Fred he taught Fred, and he taught Shabba-Doo. Yeah, Camelot is his name.
Shabba-Doo from Breaking'?
Yeah. Shabba-Doo was part of the Lockers.
Who recently died.
Yeah. God bless him.
Yeah. Okay, so it's all kind of interrelated.
Yeah.
And, Rerun kind of had that dance on the show.
Yeah.
Was there a name for it?
I guess you said locking, really. Okay. Yeah, pop locking. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, this group comes together. Shirley Hemphill was played the waitress.
Yes.
At the diner.
Yes.
Mabel King was on it.
Yes.
A lot of different people.
Haywood Nelson. Played, Dwayne. Yeah.
Your brother.
Yeah. No, he was like a little buddy of mine.
Yeah. You're right.
And Danielle Spencer, D. Don't forget D.
Got it. So this show comes out and it gets great ratings.
Yeah.
So now you have a hit TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Now, were you considered the star of the show or the co-star, or?
They said that. I would never say that. Shirley would say that. Other people said that. I always wanted to be an ensemble, but yeah, I was a lead actor. But I never said that. Yeah.
Okay. So you're
Well,
doing
I
the
am
show.
The star of the show. Yeah. What the hell?
There you go. Star of the show. So you start the show, and you guys have a big first season, and it gets renewed for was it 3 seasons?
3 seasons. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did it feel to do those 3 seasons?
Oh, it's like heaven on earth. I mean, you come from obscurity because Broadway, no one really knows you, I mean, as far as the world stage, but, you do what's happening, and people that you admire, Sidney Poitier, Dr. Maya Angelou, Muhammad Ali. So people you admire now are saying that you're it, So it was definitely, and just being recognized anywhere you went, people giving you that love, white, black, Asian, whatever. We really had, we really got a global attention, yeah.
Well, while doing the show, you actually auditioned for Roots.
Yes.
As Kunta Kinte.
Right, yeah.
Which you ended up, I guess you were like one of the 2 final actors.
Yeah, the 2, just LaVar Burton and I.
LaVar Burton got it, unfortunately. Yeah. But you actually had a role in it as well.
Yeah, because they loved the screen test. So they loved the screen test, and I wish I kept that, but I was so upset and crying about, no one knew that, but I cried alone.
I bet.
But I had what's happening, but I wanted that role so bad. And so they created that role for me while we'll be in the beginning scene talking about, the manhood training,
Yeah, I mean, we interviewed John Amos, who played the adult Kunta Kinte,
my Lord,
in that film.
Yes.
And I think what everyone doesn't really may not realize was that up until Alex Haley really wrote that book, there was no Black history really anywhere.
Yeah,
it was literally just brushed under the table.
Absolutely,
there was no stories of slavery.
No.
That literally, it's almost as if it didn't happen.
Absolutely.
But he started to write these stories.
Yes.
I think for Reader's Digest originally.
Yes.
It then got made into a book.
Yes.
And then it got made into a movie.
Yeah.
And, in 2021, when there's dozens of movies about slavery.
Yes.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
And it was a big production.
Yes.
It was a miniseries. It was on a major network.
Yes.
And everyone wanted to be part of that.
Everyone watched that, man. That one week, or I think it was like a whole week, that it was, I've never seen it.
Oh, you never watched it yourself?
I can't watch slavery. I can't deal with it. Yeah. I have lied all this. I'm revealing to you for the first time. I've been lying to everybody. I have never seen Roots, ever. Well, I can say that now, because I could not take seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you. I tried to watch the new one.
Yeah.
Will Power ended up creating a new series, and that was too hard to watch as well.
Oh.
I think that one was even more brutal.
Was it? Oh, man. Yeah. I had no.